lots of little surprises in this one. Hey guys, it's me, Andrew from Hidden Machine, and today we're looking at Lulu's Temple. Lulu's Temple is an action-adventure platformer set inside of this spooky pyramid dungeon. The graphics are cool. They kind of remind me of how the first Castlevania game actually made gamers feel a little creeped out back in the day.
How do I do that again? I can't quite remember.
You play as this guy. I'm kind of surprised this isn't a Devolver game. Who is a treasure hunter hoping to find some goods to pilfer from this ancient sacred burial ground. You know, just white guy things. Unfortunately, as you step inside the pyramid, the door quickly closes behind you, trapping you inside. From this point on, you have to navigate the dark hallways filled with hellish creatures using your gun and torch. Oh, if you're British, I mean this kind of torch, not that kind of torch. You must use your torch to sort of flash light around you to better see your surroundings. Obviously, you can blast ass with your gun, but you can also charge up and throw your torch, which I think is actually pretty clever. Throwing your torch allows you to see dark areas ahead of you, it will damage enemies, and it can also light other sconces or light fixtures, making things a bit easier to see. I'm actually pretty impressed with how all this works. Soon after you enter the pyramid, you befriend a scarab. I named mine Kyle, that will fetch your torch for you. Thanks. I really think the developer managed to find every way possible to incorporate the mechanics of the player into the environmental puzzles, and some really made me use my brain for a minute without ever really getting too hard. The puzzles, not my brain. Or me. As I first started trekking through the pyramid, I was worried I'd have to start remembering key locations and landmarks like you would in a Metroidvania-style game. And there are certainly elements of those kinds of games here, but I think to its strength, Lulu's Temple is actually level-based. The levels are broken up into floors, which I didn't even realize at first. For a smaller game like this, I think that was a good choice. Each floor has a few puzzles and mechanics to figure out, and a few have these big chests you can find that contain upgrades for your gun and torch. Don't ask me how that works, but the upgrades were cool and continued adding more variety and options to the gameplay. Eventually, you can charge up both your torch and your gun, which is pretty rad, but I have to mention that even on a controller, things can feel a little bit clunky. Fortunately, there's a button that holds you in place for you to aim, but strangely, your character's arms don't track with where you're aiming while you do it. Either way, it still works. This game is pretty short. I was able to complete it in about an hour and a half. I was actually a bit bummed. I would have liked to keep the fun going for a bit longer in this spooky world. There is only one boss in Lulu's Temple and... Jesus. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about it. So there's a few elements in this game that I think could turn people off a bit. I think it mostly comes down to language barrier and cultural differences. There is inexplicably a ton of pretty senseless cursing in this game. And boy, I don't mean some sort of ancient evil curse. I mean, cursing curses. When you get trapped right in the beginning, your character says, "Damn, crap. Shit. Fuck. God damn. Mother The gate closed itself. What the hell? Let me out, piece of crap idiot pyramid," which makes me laugh a lot, but I think it might take away from the game just a little bit. Later on, you also find this tomb that just says "goddamn." Now, I did see some reviews mentioning things like stereotyping and disrespectful use of culture. I am not an expert on this stuff. You should come to your own conclusions on how you feel about these things and respond accordingly. I'm just here to let you know that some people are feeling this way. Alright, anyway, there's just the one boss, and my god is it tough. I died maybe a few times during the rest of the game, but it took me probably 20 tries to actually beat him. I think a few mini-bosses here and there to help players learn combat a bit more could have went a long way. Overall, I do think Lulu's Temple is really fun and competent. I would absolutely play a sequel that expands the gameplay and maybe is a bit more mindful when using these visual and narrative themes. Thanks for watching. We got new videos coming out all the time, and, you know, just hit that subscribe button. Please. Goddamn shit. Fuck.